and welcome to another Plan with Me. This week we are doing November 21st through the 27th, Thanksgiving week. So here I've opened my planner in GoodNotes and it scrolled to the week. Again, it's the 21st through the 27th, and I'm going to go open my stickers. Now, I've already imported these stickers. I did buy these off Etsy from Allie's Scrap. I will include a link below. I don't know if anyone watching is a Gilmore Girls fan, but they are having the Year in a Life video on Netflix the 25th. So I wanted to do Gilmore Girls, but I also wanted to keep it Thanksgiving-y. So I found a Thanksgiving Gilmore Girls kit on Etsy, and that's what I'm using this week. So we're going to start by selecting this middle washi, not the really narrow, but not the thick. I'm going to copy and paste it to my planner, and then crop it down till I get it. Here I am adjusting it a little bit. I don't know what I hit to get that arrow pop up there, but zooming in so I can line it up. If you'll notice, I already have some stickers in place. I went ahead and put those in when I was working on something earlier. And those are from Victoria Thatcher. So I got those. They're the Hallmark Christmas holiday movies. So now I'm going to go and get the to-do headers. She has them in 4 different colors. So I'm going to use all 4. So here I'm selecting the first 4, which she includes 8 on the sheet because she meant them to be printed. But since I'm doing it digital, I just need the first 4. Copy, paste them to my planner. Crop it down to the first. I'm going to start with yellow. Getting it the right size. And I can put the first 4 in place, and then when I repeat the colors, I can just grab the ones that are already cropped down and sized. So yellow, orange, and then I'll do the green, and I'll use the brown on Thursday, which I'll just use one of those. So here I'm sizing it and getting it in place. I really like the kits. I love how the colors and the plaids, it's all very Thanksgiving-y, but it's mostly the quote boxes that are all Gilmore Girls that I really enjoyed. And she also included one of my favorite Gilmore Girl quotes, so I was very excited about that. So now on to the brown one. I hope everyone's ready for Thanksgiving. Um, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know every week I was putting Mom was coming to visit. She did make it. It wasn't until Thursday of last week, but she is here. So if you were in our Facebook group, that's why I haven't been around. Here I just circled all 3 of the headers that I wanted to copy over and did them all as one. So now I'm going to go to the check boxes. I like to have one for every day. And even though I have family here visiting and it's Thanksgiving, I still have stuff that has to happen. So I like to write them down, especially when I have family and I am more busy, because then I don't have to try to remember everything I want to do. I can write it down, enjoy my time. When it's time to get stuff done, I can get it done. Excuse me. So I'm going to color block the days. When I have multiple colors, that's how I prefer to do it. So my checklist is going to match the same color as my to-do header. And then when I add in my water trackers later, again, I'll use the same color. So there's the green one in place. And as I talked about earlier in previous videos, when you're cropping down like these to-do boxes, yes, they are all the same size, but you may be a little off on the cropping. I line them up the best I can, and then like I'm gonna do the skinny washi across the bottom to even out my line because it's hard to get them exactly like you want them because you might be just literally a line width indifference will make the box either a little too small or a touch too big. Like if you look at the orange ones here, they are just ever so slightly bigger. And the green ones look just a little bit tinier. So it's hard to get them perfectly even when you're doing multiples. But using the layering, you can make it look even. So here I'm going to go and grab the skinny of the washi. And I'm going to use it to go under those check boxes to give me the nice clean line that I would like. I've noticed on the Hallmark Christmas movies, again, those are a printable from Victoria Thatcher. But I've noticed the next few weeks, instead of them just being on weekends, that they're starting to put more on each week, which I really enjoy because I love their holiday movies. So I am ready for Christmas. I know it's just Thanksgiving this week, but I'm ready to put up Christmas lights and Christmas trees. I love this time of the year. So I'm all about the holiday movies. Now that I have that in place, I'm kind of eyeballing where I want to crop it because if I use the handlebars to drag it that small, it is going to be super, super thin because of the aspect ratio being locked in GoodNotes. So I'm just cropping it down. So I wanted it about the width of a header, not really, really skinny. So then I'm just going to copy it and paste it to the other side and use two of them. That way I can keep the same ratio. I want them to be about the same width on each side of the page. So here I'm just going to layer them. And that way it goes the full way across. I know I do use the decorative full boxes this week. Sometimes I don't do them, but I'm going to also do a vertical spread this week and use it for my memory keeping for pictures and funny quotes that my kids say, things like that. So we're going to take this first decorative full box and I'm going to use it as the top of my sidebar. I typically like to do that. And this is my favorite Gilmore Girl quote ever. So I thought that would be the perfect one to use for my sidebar decoration. So here I'm just sizing that and getting it into place. I love how her stuff looks like it was colored. Like the hearts look like they were colored, and the background of the quote box looks like it was colored. I really like those. And I know y'all have seen that pop up before. What that is, if you double tap on one of these tabs, you can rename the file. Like where it says the Levana edition of the planner there. I have my 2017 one. I've renamed it to 2017 so I can tell the difference. So here we're going to get the rest of the full boxes. Or no, I'm going to do the weekend banner first. Now, I was trying to decide how to do the weekend banner. I don't really like to cover up the dates at the top because I do like to be able to have the actual date visible. I thought about putting it on the bottom along the washi, but I really do like the washi and wanted it to show. I do want to do the full boxes, so I didn't want to cover that completely. And I knew I would need a little space below the full boxes for any appointments or anything. So I chose to cover the last of the heart checklist and a little bit of the skinny washi and put my weekend banner there. So here I'm looking, I'm going to go ahead and work on my sidebar a little bit. She did not include any of the work schedule or even the weekly check boxes. So this is from Planner Problem 101. It says work hours. My husband's work schedule is different this week, so I want to have that there to look at. It's different this week and next week, and I think the week after, if I remember correctly. Um, One thing we do to kind of help us stay organized as a family, my husband puts his work schedule on his, we both have iPhones, we put it on our calendar and they'll sync. We've made it so we can see each other's calendars. So that way I have that to look at. And then I put it in my planner, which typically I will look at the calendar on my phone to put stuff into my planner. But for the most part, I just use my planner. A few years ago, we tried going just using the calendar in our phones, and I couldn't do it. It just doesn't work for me. So here she included some blank headers. I'm going to use that as kind of like a little washi strip or to add a little bit of color in between the orange workbox and the brown quote box. And if you'll remember, like I've said, what is going to be on top is the thing you last put on the page. So you saw that I circled the work hours, cut, and then paste. That made it so it rests on top of the green strip I put in there, and then I did the same thing with the quote box. That way I keep the same sizing I had already picked, but it just kind of redistributed the layering so that that green washi strip was behind it. So now I'm going to work on the hydrate stickers. I know it's Thanksgiving. I know we all indulge ourselves some around the holidays, but I'm going to try to continue drinking water because I know it makes me feel better. And having the hydrate reminders reminds me of that goal. And I am a person who gets satisfaction from checking those off and filling them in. So I want to make sure I include those. And again, like I did with the check boxes and the to-do headers, I'm going to color block it. So if I have a yellow checkbox, I'm going to do a yellow hydrate sticker. Now, you don't have to do that. That's how the look I like. It's how I prefer it. Um, to make it match. So I zoomed in because these are kind of smaller stickers. So I zoomed in so I could get it in place. And then I had to check and see which color I needed next because I couldn't remember the order I had done the colors in. So next is orange. And then I will do green and then brown. And then like I did with the check boxes and the to-do headers, once I get these first four in place, I will select and copy the first three because they're in the same order on the other side of the page. So here we are getting the green one. And I know you'll notice sometimes when I'm cropping or copying, it takes me a minute. That's often the point when I like stop to talk to my kids or something like that. And it's hard in the editing. I don't want to speed it up too much because then it makes what I'm doing, you can't really see what I'm clicking on as easy, but y'all don't want to wait for me while I, stop to take care of my kids too. So, which do y'all prefer? Do y'all prefer the shorter videos or the longer videos? When I speed it up or when they're a little slower and you can really see what I'm doing? If you want to comment below and let me know which style you like best, or maybe you like a little bit of both and I can continue doing a little bit of both. I am going to do a video about organizing my planner, how I move pages around, add pages, take out pages, and things like that. I hope to have that up on Wednesday for you guys. So I've got the brown one in place, and then I'm going to use my lariat tool. I'm going to circle all 3 of the hydrate boxes. Now I was careful to make sure I didn't get the washi because they are thin. I copied them and I'm going to paste them over here. They're already lined up and everything together, so I just have to get them in place. So here I'm going to just circle all of this with the lariat tool and just move it down because next I'm going to work on the full boxes. So I wanted to make sure the space that I'm going to put those boxes in is clear. So I don't know if everyone watching is a part of the Facebook group, but we do have a Seriously Simple planner and digital journaling group on Facebook. And we've been talking in there. I know I've mentioned in videos that I am using an iPad 4 to do these now. Friday, I ordered me an iPad Pro. I am so excited for it to get here. So hopefully the video you'll see next week will have an improved quality. And you'll see like when I moved the TV sticker, the movie sticker down, where there was kind of that shadow and stuff. I think a part of that is because the processor on my iPad is a lot slower. So I'm hoping that'll improve some of that with the new iPad. So here I got the full box sticker that has to do with Thanksgiving, and I'm putting it on Thanksgiving Day. And then I'm going to, because I knew that's where I wanted that one, I'm going to stagger out the rest. So here I'm going to put a plaid box on Wednesday and Friday. I am super excited about the new iPad coming in. Where I ordered it from, they told me it would be in Tuesday. I'm hoping it comes in early, but that is never my luck. So, uh, but I am super excited, and I will be getting the Apple Pencil. I'm excited to get that as well and be able to compare the difference in handwriting and. But don't think you have to have the newest iPad or the newest tablet to be able to use this planner. It is seriously simple. You don't even have to have the stickers. You could just write in there or draw your own. Or, like I said, I did buy this kit off Etsy, but most of my videos, the kits that I use, are free ones I find in Facebook groups or online blogs. If you go to Pinterest, Pinterest has so many, and type planner stickers, they have tons. So don't think you have to spend a lot of money. That is one of the things I love about going digital. I have saved so much money and I still get to enjoy it. Planning for me is functional, yes. I have my to do list, it keeps up with my kids' appointments and schedules, and helps make sure I get everything done. But to me, planning is also a hobby. That's why I like the stickers and the washi tape. And going digital, because there are so many free printables out there, I don't have to buy stickers. I don't have to print them, because the ink, sticker paper, I have a silhouette. All those things, they add up. I have saved so much money since I've went digital, and I still get to enjoy it. I still have the pretty layouts like I did on my paper planner. I still get to enjoy it. That is one thing I love about this. So here I've got another one of the quote boxes. Now I'm going to get the green one that says Oi with the poodles already. Again, some of these will not be as amusing to you if you have not seen Gilmore Girls, but if you have, then, and if you haven't, I highly recommend that you do watch them. It is available, the whole series, on Netflix. There are 7 seasons, and then the new one is supposed to be, I think they said 4 episodes, a mini series. I don't know how long they'll be. So, and that comes out the 25th. You can see where it's kind of behind the sticker, but it is already marked on my planner. It has been in my planner for months. I am so excited about it. So here I'm going to use the Orange Luke's coffee and put that in place. Now, I didn't really color block the quote boxes. Like I said, I started with the one that was Thanksgiving themed and put it on Thanksgiving, and then just kind of spread the color out from there. Tried to kind of make sure it wasn't two primarily orange boxes or two primarily green boxes right next to each other. So, and this is the third spread I did this week. I'm not even kidding. That's another thing I love about digital is it's easy to erase the whole spread and start over if you choose. I found a free Gilmore Girl kit, but it wasn't Thanksgiving at all. And I did a plan with me with it, and I really just didn't like how it turned out. And so I was like, if I don't like the spread that much, I tend to not use my planner as much. I like it to be visually pleasing. So I deleted it, and I had bought a sticker kit for my paper planner anticipating this event. This is before I went digital. So I tried scanning them and using them that way so I could still use the kit I had already bought because I liked it so much and it was not available as a PDF. And the quote boxes were fuzzy and I just didn't have as good quality. So then I was on the hunt to find one that would work and found this one. So this is the third time I've done this week in my planner. And I did record all three. So, um, again, lovely thing about digital, I just have to circle these with my Lariat tool and hit delete, and I could do it a fourth time if I chose. But I'm happy with how this one's turning out, so I think I'm going to stick with it. I'm not putting my TV shows on this week. My mom's in town. We've got family stuff we're doing. So even if I put them in there, I'm probably not going to have time to watch them. So I'm not even going to mess with my TV shows this week yet. I'll catch up with them next week. I did go ahead and put the Hallmark movies in there because that's something we can watch in the evening. Like, I try to give my kids some time to wind down before bed, so we might put one of those on. But as far as my normal TV shows that I watch, I'm not even going to mess with them this week. Gonna enjoy my family. So I took the same skinny washi that I used under my to-do boxes and did them under my full boxes. I just circled it up there tiny, copied, pasted, and did the same layering on the right side where it needed to be a little longer. So again, I kept the same thickness. And then a couple of the boxes I wanted to adjust a little bit, and that's what you see me doing here. See how there was a little bit of a white gap between the washi strip and the full box? I'm trying to fix that. So now I'm going to take one of the blank headers she offered, and I need some skinny washi. So what I'm going to do is I copied and pasted the header, and I'm going to crop it down so I have just this yellow, and I'm going to layer it across so I get the look like I used skinny washi, only it was actually a header sticker. That is another thing I've learned using the digital stuff. You can manipulate things a lot to get things how you would like them. So like this, the only washi included was the plaid washi, and I used it for decorating. But my kids are out of school this week, all week, for Thanksgiving break. So I wanted to mark that, and I typically do that by running washi through the whole week. Well, I didn't want to use the same plaid washi that I used for decoration. So as you can see, I used the header, I kept it skinny like I wanted, and now I'm just copy and pasting it and layering it through the whole week. And then I'll come back and use a half box on Monday to write what the event is that I'm carrying through the week. So I just use things, she meant this to be as a blank header, but I've taken it and made it into skinny washi. So don't be afraid to play with things a little bit and make them work how you want them. Almost made it through. I could have probably left it off of Saturday and Sunday if I wanted to, because they never have school on Saturday and Sunday. But I went ahead and just carried it through the rest of the week. So now I'm looking to see what half boxes she included. And I grabbed one of the plaid ones. I really do like plaid. I don't wear plaid, but I do like plaid. I like how it looks. I like the blend of the colors. So here I'm cropping it down so I have just this box and adjusting the size to put here so I can label what the event is. So now that I've got that in place, I'm going to go and use the habit trackers. She includes 4 here. That is how many I end up having space for. So again, I know it's Thanksgiving week, but there are a few things I want to make sure I get done. A few things just keep me on track. So when I tried to pick colors here, I knew I didn't want to like put the orange right against the orange. So I tried to kind of spread out the colors. That's another thing I love about digital planning. For one, you can change things around if you want, and it's personal. This is how I chose to do the colors. I would love to see, some of y'all's planner spreads where we may even use the same kit. I did see one of the fall kits I'd used. A lady in the Facebook group went and got the same kit and used it. But how she chose to use hers and use the colors, they looked like completely different. You could tell they were the same kit, but they looked different. I love how we can all take the same kit and use it differently, and what we find visually pleasing may not be necessarily what the next person likes. So I like that you can put your own spin on pretty much any of these. So here I've got this one and then one more to get into place. And I've noticed sometimes when I'm using a kit, I have some colors I like more than others. So I tend like brown is just not a color I'm really very fond of. I don't have anything against it. This is a good shade of brown, but if you'll notice, I used less of the brown because it's just not a color I particularly like. So I tend to use more of the colors I like best. So here I have a bill due. I have it on Friday here. I go ahead and put the sticker on Thursday because I need to remember to take care of it. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this and crop it down. And then I'm going to turn it sideways. And use it to mark my bill. There I was trying to kind of get the size I want. So here I got to move that sticker down a little bit. And then I went ahead and erased where I had put in that the Gilmore Girls show comes on the 25th because I know I'm going to put that in, and I'm kind of lining up the movie ones at the bottom. And then I'm going to go and get a half box to put for the Gilmore Girls show so I can mark that. So these I'm just kind of getting into place. And then I'm looking at the options that are in the sticker kit, and I decide that the half box is the best option for marking it. Again, it's what inspired the whole theme of my kit, so or my whole theme of the week. And so I was gonna use one, and then I just copied the one I already had there because I wanted to use one of the plaid ones. And then I scooted up just a little bit onto the washi to make sure I have a little bit of space. So here I'm going to go ahead and write some things in. I'm going to write in orange this week. So here I'm going to write in my husband's work schedule. Again, this week it is a little different for us. So I want to make sure I keep track of that so I know when he is and isn't going to be here. And yes, he has to work the entire week. So he's not going to be home for Thanksgiving. But with where he works, since he's working Thanksgiving, he gets to be home for Christmas. And we do have 3 children. And so if we had to pick a holiday for him to be home, Christmas is just more important to them. That they would rather have daddy home for Christmas than Thanksgiving. So here I don't know why it does that sometimes because on my screen it didn't go pixelated like that. So here I'm going to write in the habits I want to track. And then I've been really working on training my puppy better. He's housebroke, but we're working on learning some tricks. But then it's hard to train him when there's extra people around. He's easily distracted. And I need to remember to take my vitamins this week, so I chose to track that instead. Here I'm going to write Thanksgiving break. Like I said, my kids are out of school all week. I know I've mentioned that my oldest son is homeschooled, and we get to kind of pick how his schedule is. And I tend to kind of mirror his brothers who are in public school. They are out this week. It would be hard for him to concentrate and do his schoolwork with his brothers running around and playing. So he's going to be on Thanksgiving break this week too. So I wrote that Pigments Do. That is a coloring app that you have to have a subscription to some of the features. I absolutely love that coloring app. If you haven't checked it out, that's a good one. Here I'm going to go to Image, Add, Google Drive. This is one of my digital stamps. This is the Iconic set by Studio L2E. I did a video on how I got these in, and here I'm going to select the little TV icon and put it down to mark the Gilmore Girls show that I'm so excited about. So I love these stamps. Um, she makes great stamps anyways, and I love that I figured out how to get them digitally so I can use them in my planner. So I've got that wrote in. And that's pretty much it for the week. I hope you've enjoyed the video and I hope y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving.